Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Rocco, let's start with this. Biggest takeaways from the top 16 when you saw it?
I think the biggest takeaways were, the first surprise was seeing North Carolina as the top 2 seed. I think the four of us on the show, Fielding the 68, check us out Mondays and Fridays, 5:30 Eastern, right here on Field of 68, was the – yeah, my pleasure. It was just the fact that we all agreed that North Carolina was kind of closer to a 3 seed. And I assumed in the moment that maybe they didn't take in the Syracuse game they lost on Tuesday into account. That happened a little bit last year. David Warlock quickly corrected me and said, no, we didn't start talking until Wednesday. So they factored that in. That leads me to believe that road wins mattered quite a bit to this committee. The one thing North Carolina has that really not a lot of teams have in any of the top 16 is a great 6-1 record in the top 2 quadrants, all true road wins. Same thing for San Diego State. And that's probably the biggest surprise is seeing them listed at all. We all agreed that they were a 5 seed, so out of the top 16. And the two things that stand out there are, one, their big wins away from home are Gonzaga in the Kennel and St. Mary's in their MTE in Vegas. And those are highly ranked net teams. St. Mary's is 14 in the net. Gonzaga's 22 in the net. But on the actual seed list, bracket-wise, Gonzaga is a bubble team. St. Mary's is maybe a 6 seed. So I thought, how impressive is it? Maybe this committee is a little bit more impressed by just your net ranking and wins away from home, which is kind of always the case. So I thought those were kind of the two initial surprises.
Rocco, all these Big 12 teams were kind of jumbled up there, right? You had Kansas at 8, obviously Houston's 3, Kansas 8. Baylor 10, Iowa State 11. I'm actually surprised that Iowa State's behind Baylor. I know they played not a very daunting non-conference schedule. Didn't get a lot there, but they were able to run their numbers up, and they've been very, very good in Big 12 play. How do you see it kind of shaking itself out with all those Big 12 teams? And to me, some of those other Big 12 teams, again, they've been higher. They've started to fall off a little bit. We're seeing it now, like BYU tonight, lose a game. Yeah. Are we going to see like these Big 12 teams where all of them are going to be protected?
Well, that's a great question. I think it's a mystery. And Iowa State being behind Baylor isn't exactly a great sign if you're an Oklahoma or a Texas Tech or a BYU or gosh, there's so many of them, TCU, even Cincinnati. A lot of these teams, especially the ones that just joined the league, for other reasons, scheduled really, really weak to just build up home wins. They knew they were going into a gauntlet of a conference. But you have so many miserable non-conference strength of schedules. Iowa State starting at the top with the 322nd ranked schedule definitely played a factor in putting Baylor above. Baylor went out and beat Auburn in Florida on a neutral court. Again, I don't think that's as tough as maybe winning at Texas or at TCU. You could debate that all day. But this committee clearly seemed more impressed in that, and they gave Baylor credit for that. And I think that could be a bad sign for all those teams I just named down bracket as we see this play out next month.
All right, Rocco, which teams from outside the top 16 that weren't in the committee's reveal do you think have the best chance to kind of climb up into those rankings, maybe get up to a 2-3 seed? Is there anyone from outside that group that you're looking at and you're saying you got to keep an eye on them?
It would have to be a Big 12 team or maybe an SEC team. So I know South Carolina lost tonight, so they were close. Now they're further away. You look at maybe a Texas Tech. Again, they lost today too. So, but I think it's got to be – the answer to your question is teams that have the opportunity still, right? Clemson fell today, and I'm not sure how many more times they get a crack at Carolina or Duke. I know they've got a couple other big games left. So those were the teams I was looking at. Creighton's team certainly has some chances, and they need some help on their resume a little bit. But with their power numbers, you throw some big wins in there, Creighton could ascend, I think. That's another good one. And then if Dayton's really done nothing wrong, but they're just not going to get the wins. I don't think they can get up to a 3, but they can probably get to a 4.
Yep. Rocco, always a pleasure, my man. Enjoy your stay at the Holiday Inn Express.
That's right, baby. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.